What's the handle in Operation Fortune? Greg's $10 billion sale explained Guy Ritchie's spy comedy Operation Fortune. Ruse de Guerre sends super spy Orson Fortune on a risky mission to retrieve a mysterious object called the Handle, with its purpose kept mysterious. Orson is recruited by British government official Nathan Jasmine to lead the undercover spy team, including hacker Sarah Fidel, movie star Danny Francesco, and J.J. Davies. In competition with Orson's rival Mike, the team races to get their hands on the Handle before it can be sold for $10 million by eccentric billionaire Greg Simmons. The quest to retrieve the Handle in this Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham movie is challenging because of the many players involved. A gang of Ukrainian mobsters originally steals the object before it eventually falling in the lap of Greg Simmons, a wacky billionaire hoping to sell the Handle for $10 million. The hopeful recipients are two tech moguls, Trent and Arnold, who have suspicious and secretive reasons for acquiring the Handle. Orson's and Mike's teams fight throughout Operation Fortune to be the spy team to take the mysterious entity from everyone else. Despite remaining a secret for a good portion of the film, Orson and the team of Operation Fortune ultimately discover that the Handle is an AI technology that could be used to seriously disrupt the world's financial markets. Orson realizes that the program can hack into any security system, including every single bank around the world, and thus give the person behind the controls the opportunity to majorly disturb the global economy. This advanced technology is not only rare but highly lucrative for the various competing groups in the film, from the Ukrainian mob to the rich tech geniuses. Another scenario that the Handle could potentially create in Operation Fortune revolves around the world's form of currency. If the Handle's handler decides to harm the financial markets, one brief change could bring down the entire economic infrastructure. As a result, the world would have to revert to a single currency, gold. Throughout Operation Fortune, Greg Simmons plans to sell the Handle to a pair of billionaires, Trent and Arnold, for a grand sum of $10 million. However, Simmons has no idea that these tech moguls have purchased $40 billion worth of gold mines to take complete control of the world's economy with the help of the Handle. Essentially, the men concocted a master plan where they would own a vast majority of the world's gold, use the Handle to disrupt the financial markets, and then grow rich because of their monopoly over the one resource the entire world would suddenly need. Although Simmons had planned to sell the Handle to Trent and Arnold, he was utterly ignorant of their scheme for most of the film. Though he initially seemed like another Hugh Grant villain role, Simmons becomes more helpful than harmful. However, after discovering the plan, Simmons no longer wants to hand over the Handle, but does want to collect his payment for the original deal. This eventually leads him to join Orson Fortune's crew, with Danny as his right-hand man. He confronts the billionaires with an intense and lyrical monologue. When they tell him that they won't pay him, Simmons chooses violence and uses a vast variety of weapons to destroy the moguls and their compound, and even threatens their mothers. Ultimately, Operation Fortune's billionaires are taken down for good. Mike is not only the opposing spy after the Handle, but also Orson's nemesis, and clearly has a selfish streak. In Operation Fortune, Mike intends to steal the money that the tech moguls promised to pay Simmons after the transaction of the Handle. Despite being an employee of the Ukrainian mob that first stole the Handle, Mike decides to betray the gang and Alexander, killing all the men so he can bring the Handle to Trent and Arnold himself and get his hands on their money. However, in yet another classic Guy Ritchie movie move, it is revealed that Mike has also been working for Trent and Arnold, and yet again, Mike double-crosses his employer. After Simmons kills Trent and Arnold, Mike attempts to take the Handle for himself, suddenly understanding its incredible worth. Overall, it seems that Mike's end goal was to do whatever it took, including truly awful deeds, to steal a significant amount of money and power for himself. Fortunately, by the end of Operation Fortune, Orson took Mike and his goons down with the literal case in which the handle was kept, ruining Mike's greedy, villainous dreams.